In this episode, you're going to learn why New Year's resolutions fail, what you can do instead, and how to get the most out of 2024. We are back for 2024 on the How to Sell podcast. My name is Luigi Prestonenzi, and I am your host. Just want to say, if you're a long-time listener, thank you for showing up for another year. I think we are going into our 6th year of podcasting. And if you're a new listener, thank you. We hope you take away some actionable insights that'll help you sell more. And we are also back with my co-host, David. Chelsea's a team for Stuka.
Relax. We won another game today. We are on the way back.
We're on the way. They beat a team. It was like Salesforce coming up against
a spreadsheet.
Yeah, Salesforce against a spreadsheet.
That was more. That's a safer.
And they won. Yeah. So welcome, David. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Louis, and to you listening as well. I think for us, like, we're pumped. I didn't take much downtime. I know you didn't because you have issues. We're so excited about what the year has for Growth Forum and the community that it's hard to switch off, which is bad in itself. But this episode is an important one, I feel. It's an important one.
But I think, just for everybody listening, right, when you're working on something you really enjoy and you love, it's really, that saying, it's not a job. I think the best part of the last sort of week for me was being on a podcast with you, Dave. I got to go podcast 38. Anyway, let's not worry about the banter, guys. We've got a great episode because this week, given the fact it's 2024, what often happens at the end of a year, start of a new year, a lot of people set those New Year's resolutions. However, the statistics show us, Dave, that something ridiculous, like only 9% of resolutions actually succeed. So out of all the resolutions people set, only 9%. And some of the other data shows that most after 3 months, people will actually give up. So the ones that continue on after 3 months, those resolutions just get put into the bin and people just go back to the way they were doing things. And given that sales is very much a performance-driven role where we have targets, we have goals, we thought a great way to start the year on this podcast is to help people understand and provide a bit of a framework on how to successfully set goals so that you can make 2024 your best year yet. And there's 2 key takeaways we want to give to all of our listeners. There's going to be a takeaway. You can download them in the show notes, but there's a goal setting framework and a habit tracker, because there's 2 parts to this. You want to be able to set goals, but you want to be able to track the new habits that you're setting as part of the process.
That's the missing key there, Louis. It's the habit forming. I think James Clear, we're both big fans of James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. And he talks about, in order to achieve the goals, you need to build the forming habits that allow you to continually, do the action to get you towards the goal.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I really love about this habit tracker that we're just giving out for free here is that it's all manual. There's no automation. There's no magic tool here. It is, you print it out, you fill it in every day. This forces you to think. It forces you to act on the document, and it forces you to reflect as well, which are those key benefits that really help you achieve your goals.
I think the very first part of this whole process, right, because if you look at some of the data that they say that I think 80% of the resolutions people set, by February, they're in the bin, right? I think because people set resolutions and it's kind of a reactive, I'm going to lose weight or I'm going to stop smoking. If it's sales, I'm going to prospect more, right? It's more of a reactive suggestion or a thought. And not enough time is spent actually really thinking about the goal and going deep into the benefits. So the purpose of this episode is to provide that framework, and we'll break this down so that our listeners can go away, action, use the framework and put it into place so that 2024 can be the best year yet. Now, there is a very famous goal setting framework. So even though the goal setting model that we're putting forward has the SMART goal setting methodology, I mean, we didn't come up with SMART, right? But we've incorporated it into the goal setting framework. Let's start with the first part. S is for specific. For any goal that you set, it has to be specific. You can't just go, well, I want to make more sales, right? It has to be more specific. The M needs to be measurable. You have to be able to measure your goal. Then the A is all about attainable. Can you actually attain the goal. Then the realistic. So is it realistic? Have to think about, can I actually realize the potential of this goal in a certain time frame, which is the fourth, which is the T, which is time frame. Now, some change that out to tangible, but I like time frame because then your SMART goal has all the elements that'll help you really think about the goal and put a time. You've got to put a time frame around it, right? So that's what the SMART goal setting principle is about. Now, a key part of any goal, and I know, Dave, you're big in this with your vision board and stuff, it's about thinking about the benefits. And again, I think a lot of the reasons why people fail to execute on the resolutions is because they haven't really given thought to the benefits, right? The things that will happen as a result of implementing the goal. So I'll give you an example. People go, well, I want to make more money. I want to get my commission check. But if it's just about the commission, often as you're working and you might not be achieving your target, you kind of go, well, you know what? I won't worry about that now. I'll start sandbagging for the new year. When the going gets tough, you kind of start to justify why you're in this position. The reason why the benefits are so important is because that's what drives us when things get tough. Like anything, the commission is not the reason why we sell. The commission enables us to do things. Now, you, like me, Dave, we're family, we're fathers. The commission enables us to send our kids to school, maybe give them more choices, maybe go on family holidays. I know you're going away, time at the beach, right? Those memories. So that's what the commission helps us achieve. Yeah. It's the benefit. It's linked to the intrinsic motivators because extrinsic will only motivate you so much. And that's why the intrinsic motivators are so important. And that's what you get from building out the benefits. Now, Dave, just talk to us a bit about your vision board and what you have on your vision board so that we can bring the benefits into this conversation.
Definitely. That's a great one. So I'm just going to bring it up here. And one of the things that I want to touch on that you spoke about there in relation to time, we have the best intentions to achieve our goals, but it's the time factor that can let us down. So where I'm getting to, and it's something that you're starting to do this year, which I'm proud of you, it's the blocking out time in your calendar, right, for these tasks. So in a previous episode, we spoke about a sales calculator and the amount of activity you need to do to hit your pipeline goals and the time that it takes to do that. Now, unless you put that time into your calendar, when you're going to actually achieve these goals. So for me personally, I break down my goals across 6 different categories. So it's financial, and this could be financial of the business or personal. Creative, I'm a creative at heart, so I always like to have a bit of creativity, something that I'm doing personally for the business. So the creative one for 2024 is, and spoiler alert, is that Louis and I are writing a book on sales. So that's my creative project for the year. Learning. So I've always got a learning goal. We're always looking to upgrade. Our whole business is based on learning and teaching. So that's a big one. Career, where I want my career to be by the end of this year. Physical, what I want this specimen of a body to look like at the end of the year. And then relationships. And this is with my wife and my kids. So they're really measurable. I give it a key theme across each of those categories. And then I break it down into that weekly to the monthly and then weekly habits that I need to have in place. And then I track it. I track it bit by bit. Have I done this week? One of them here is with my career is to build my, LinkedIn audience. So did I write my post today? Did I engage for 20 minutes today? I need to tick that box off. Otherwise, I didn't achieve it. So it's very measurable. It's in my face every day and I place it in my calendar. I time block it in my calendar.
And you've just touched on a few things, right? So if you want to do some reading on what Dave spoke about, there's some really good stuff, really famous personal development author called Paul J. Meyer. And he spoke about the wheel of life. And that's what the wheel of life sort of speaks about. There's many areas of your life and it's important to start setting goals across multiple areas. And that's what the goal setting framework that we're providing allows you to do. And the reason why it's so important is because those benefits, we spoke about putting the benefits in. Then the next part of the goal setting framework that we're providing you is then jump into the possible obstacles that could prevent you from achieving the goal. Just like anything, if you think about those potential obstacles before they become an obstacle, and you've come up with a potential solution, then when it happened, you've already got a solve for it, right? So that you're not freaking out. So giving a very, very clear example. When I first started running years and years ago, I thought, yep, I'm going to run a marathon. I'm going to get out there and run. What did I do? Woke up in the morning, alarm went off. It's too cold. I'll go tonight. Go to work till a certain time. Tonight never happened. Next day, went again. And became a vicious circle, and I never progressed. I never had any progress.
How'd you fix that?
How did I fix it? Okay, so possible obstacle is not being motivated. So the night before, I got myself ready, packed my bag, put it in the car, ironed my shirt for work back in the days where I wore suits, put my suit in the car, went to bed with my running outfit and my runners next to my bed. So it was really simple. I eliminated all the potential barriers that will stop me. My alarm went off, bang, put my runners on, went in the car, off I went. That was a potential solve, and it absolutely worked. Yeah. I also visualized, which is a key part of this. Visualization works. So I visualized there was a big event, Gold Coast Marathon. It was a family holiday. I visualized, going to the theme parks, all the things. I did a little bit of a vision. I've actually still got it from 2012. I've still got my book where I mapped out the goal, right? So this goal setting framework that we're providing you, this is where it all starts. But the key thing that Dave mentioned, which is the actions. So it's critical to take a goal and break them down into as many micro actions as possible, right? Because there's something powerful about ticking off each action, if it's daily or weekly. Say it's a 12-week goal. Say you've got a sales target, it's a quarter target, you've got a 12-week goal. There's something awesome about ticking things off every single day. It makes you feel like you're accomplishing and progressing.
Now, as Louis said that, I was thinking and reflecting that, myself, like I'm a self-proclaimed, I'm a goal-setting and accomplishing machine. Like that's one of my superpowers, is that if I set a goal, I'll work relentlessly to achieve it. But life comes in the way, and then you're reshuffling your goals and you're rejigging when you can achieve them. One of the things that has helped me, I reckon, level up another 3 or 4 gears. And as we wrap up the show, this is this extra little tool that I want to, give to the audience. It's a third-party tool. I did say there's no tech, but this little piece of tech here, and I don't say this lightly, has really changed my life and the amount of work that I get done. Now, Louis is computer illiterate, so he finds it hard to use these sort of things, but it's a tool called Motion. It's a calendar tool, and it has your to-dos, but the goal of the benefit of it is that I'm now putting all my daily habits and to-dos into Motion. And then if I don't tick it off 30 minutes after the task is set to due, then it would automatically reschedule itself based on my calendar. Now I can set work zones where I want to focus, areas where I don't want tasks to go. If a meeting comes in, it will push the task out. It basically reshuffles my calendar to perfection. And I've been using this now for 4 to 5 months, and it is unbelievable. I've even tried to move off it. I go, okay, well, let's see what happens if I go back to my old ways. And instant fail. Like this has got me hooked. Now we've got no affiliation with the tool. I just love how much. I wish I found this years ago. It's something that's I'm going to be.
What's it called again?
It's called Motion. I'm going to link it into
that'll be good.
I was going to put the website link into the show notes. It is a game changer. I love it, and it is helping me. And it even alerts you. Because you can put, okay, this task is going to take me 8 hours and I want to complete it by X date.
Yeah.
Well, then alert you and it'll say, hey, David, you're effing dreaming. Not in those words, but it'll say you're dreaming. You're not going to be able to fit this in. Change it. Change the amount of hours or reschedule the task, like extend the deadline based on your calendar free time that you have in there. So like Louis and I mentioned at the start, build out the habits, write down your goals, but then time block them in your calendar. Otherwise you will not do them.
Absolutely. And there's a couple of things. So as we wrap up this episode, just think about it. Set the goal, make it smart. Think about the possible obstacles, think about the solutions. Make sure your benefits are very clear. Get some pictures, visualize what success will look like. Right? It'll help. There's some, so much data around what visualization, manifestation actually can help you achieve, right? It enhances motivation. It increases focus and retention. It gets the universe thinking about, it'll just start placing things in front of you. So start to visualize. Key thing, as David said, you've got to make sure that you're planning this out. So get as many actions mapped out as possible and find your personal system to help you manage those actions. And a key part of any goal is get yourself an accountability buddy. Get somebody that can help you, right? Keep you on track. It's why you have coaches. It's why you have, running coaches, fitness training. If you think about athletes have multiple coaches, nutrition, mindset, speed, whatever athlete they are, they've got multiple coaches. So get people around you that can help you win. It's key from an accountability perspective, right? 2024 is here. It's a great opportunity, especially in sales. We are living in a world of abundance. So take action, download these tools, set your goal. As part of your goal, hit subscribe to this podcast wherever you listen so that you can make 2024 your best year yet.